Hello and welcome back to the 7th episode of Crabcast?
Yes.
Well, it'll be posted in the 6th, so...
This is the 6th episode of Crabcast that you will be seeing.
The 6th one that we did may not be ever seen.
I wonder whose fault that is.
I have no idea.
Oh, yeah, Is that where you're being quiet?
I think it's Danny's fault.
Wow.
Fuck me, I guess.
Wow, it's your fault.
It's Bree's fault.
What? People don't even know who that is.
It's fine. We don't need to talk about
blame
it.
the person that's forbidden to watch the show.
Listen, I have standards in a
I can say
relationship.
whatever I want.
This is my safe space.
This is my time to rant.
I can just say what I want to here.
Oh, man. So today we're going to be having a little more structured, probably not,
It's
show.
gonna be iffy there.
Definitely the first part's going to be structured. The rest of it, to be determined.
To be determined. Once
The
we're at
rest
that
was
halfway
created
point,
by
I
me,
guarantee. I guarantee once we hit that halfway point, it might start to fall apart.
All right, so I already know about the first topic. I didn't look up anything, but I just asked Matt some questions. Marcus wanted to bring up some topics about Skinwalker Ranch.
Yes.
And it sounded very similar to the shit I heard about the Appalachian Trail with all the creepy ghosts that go and abduct people or something like that.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
It sounded similar.
Like,
so
I
maybe.
swear to God, like, these ghosts have, like, the same names. It's, like, Skin something. And, they're like
skin
these...
slockers.
They're like... People theorize...
No, you shut up.
I know about those ones.
You shut up.
You guys want a full in-depth explanation? I met one in real life.
Yeah, no.
It's called a skin schlocker. You know why they got it? Sounds like slocking.
So what about these ghosts that are kidnapping people per se?
So a lot of people theorize that they're like the ghosts of the natives that like live there and they're like trapped there for some reason, or people that have been taken by them before. It's a trail in the middle of the woods. What more can you make up? Oh, it's fucking Slender Man.
Okay, yeah.
It's definitely not just, an animal.
You told me that, and I'm like, it's just dumbasses getting lost.
Yeah.
And then they're in the mountains, and
there's like
predators.
stories of like people hearing like cries for help, and then they go and look, and they're never seen again, or they'll like hear their name being called, or they'll hear
coyotes. I know you've heard coyotes.
Yeah, they lived in my backyard for a while.
Yeah. They sound fucking weird, almost like cries.
I know hyenas sound pretty...
We don't have those.
We definitely don't have those here. Maybe at the zoo.
But I don't know, that makes more sense than fucking ghosts of Native Americans. Or they just like,
there's more stuff. I just don't know it off the top of my head. When you told me about this, it sounded very similar to some of those stories.
Going back to like the cry.
How do I get to heaven?
Well, you got to accept our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ. He goes, who?
Wingapo.
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 By the way, guys, I am a little bit Native American, so I have every right.
I mean, we're all a little bit. We live here.
Yeah, true.
Yes, I have Native American in me.
You sure, Pasty?
Yes, I'm just Irish. It's dominant.
I have Irish in me too, but it ain't looking like that.
No, you're a dirty Scot.
So we all got the look of the Irish on us now, do we?
You want to go murder people for money?
Don't tempt me. But I would never do that. Let's just put a disclaimer right there. Neither would Matt.
Never.
Good. All right, you heard it here. So back to like the cries for help. A lot of people don't understand that it is a path a lot of people walk, and some people will wander off the path. Well, you're in the mountains. The mountains have sinkholes and cliffs.
Mm-hmm.
And people generally fall off cliffs if they're not paying attention, and they might be at the bottom of said cliff. Well, if a person goes to look for someone crying help, they're looking all around and they're not really paying attention. They could fall off the same thing, too. That's why they're never seen again.
Just... bunch of fucking cliff walkers.
Yeah.
Cliff walkers. There we go. That's what they're called.
Yeah. It sounds like a real thing out in Arizona, where that ancient city is.
Cliff walkers.
It's something.
Sounds like Paul Walker's cousin.
Come here,
sorry,
Cliff.
guys.
Come
Bleep
here,
that
Cliff.
out, Dan.
I always do.
I mean,
All right, here we go. Appalachian Ghost Tales. whatever, some shit. That's a lot of words.
Yeah.
Halloween, the Brown Mountain Lights. In the
You got
days of old covered wagon, when they camped the flats for the night with the moon shining dim over. They wrote this like some fucking hillbilly sitting at a campfire.
Old Western.
Dimmower. Like D-I-M apostrophe O apostrophe E-R. Dimmower.
Wait, how are there two apostrophes?
When the moon shining dim on canyon rim, they watch the Brown Mountain Light. That's the actual
light.
brown light.
Racist.
High on the
Confirmed.
mountain, down the valley below,
Confirmed.
it shines like a crown of an angel who's wearing actual shit.
What?
That's in there.
No, I put that last part. But when you say a brown light, I imagine it's not a crown, which is typically gold or silver.
A brown light.
Brown light.
So what?
I like
through the
Skinwalker
clouds?
Ranch.
The Brown Mountain Lights are known as a supernatural phenomenon that have been an inspiration for many songs and folk music. The mysterious lights can be found in Brute County, North Carolina, in the Pisgah National Forest for centuries tales. It's Pisgah, something like that. Pisgah. They've been recorded. No one's yet to uncover what's causing the puzzling event.
Sound like a fucking stutter, you dipshit.
You want to fucking... It's Pisgah.
Pisgah.
Yeah.
That's what I would have said, but you...
Yeah.
You sounded like you just busted a nut over it.
Brown lights.
All right. So the Appalachian Trail with ghosts. I got something way better than that.
The Bell Witch.
No, you put that away. You put that away.
It's the
You
witch
shut
that
the
steals
heck
your
up.
bells.
No, she plays bells. Come on.
Ding,
Jeez.
ding, ding.
Ding a ding a ding. I'm
That's
gonna steal
way
your
fucking
soul.
lamer than her just stealing bells. I would
wait.
imagine a bell thief.
I know we're supposed to talk about
Very
Skinwalker Ranch, but if there's a bell witch, is she associated with Santa Claus? Because all the Santa Clauses stand there and go, ding, ding, give me money.
Those are the ones that go
Ding.
missing.
They
We lost a bunch of mall Santas to the Appalachian Trails again. I don't know. They all go out there wanting to ring their bells and they're just never seen again.
Why does it sound like a man bear pig?
Man, baby.
Guys, I'm super serial. Man Bear Pig is
Oh
out
my
there.
God.
I'm Al Gore, and I
Al
was
Gore.
almost president.
Jeez. So, going back to Skinwalker Ranch, the main topic. Sidetracked hard there, but it's fine. It's fine. Thank you for bringing it, Danny.
That's what we always do. Yeah, I don't know what else they're expecting at this point.
We don't know any other
If you
track
got
other than
6
the
episodes
sidetrack.
deep, you're obviously invested.
Yeah, I don't know how, but
Some godforsaken reason you're still here.
yeah. But so I've told Matt slightly a little bit about this. Do you know anything about Skinwalker Ranch, Danny?
Only just like the vague questions I've asked Matt about it. I kind of kept it a surprise.
So Skinwalker Ranch is a place in it's over there on the western side of the United States. I don't remember which state it's in. I could look it up real fast. But what they're famous for is all the freak things that happen there.
It's just like a little Bermuda Triangle
It's
section.
it's in Utah.
Utah.
It's in
Of
Utah.
course, it's
So
in fucking Utah. Those goddamn Mormons.
so I'm gonna sidetrack again. You know the Mormon Church? They have a solid
I've already
gold.
guessed where this is going.
No, it does not go that way. So the Mormon Church has a solid gold statue on top, right?
Solid- is it proven to be
24
solid gold?
Yes.
That's a waste. All right, keep going.
You want to go steal a statue?
That was literally. I was being taught this by a teacher, and I was like, "So you could just steal it, right?" And they're like, "No, they have armed guards with like ARs and shit."
How many of them?
That's what I want to know. I'm like,
How many bullets do I need to bring?
I'm gonna go steal a statue, and I have just the perfect person to do it.
Yo, that is like the easy.
I want to end. Fuck.
Solid gold.
So
How big is
you'd
this
be
statue?
down there going, I'm trying to convert, but I'm not sure how, and you'll just swarm them all and you bring them away.
Exactly.
You just sneak. If you convert, just make sure you don't rat us out. Right?
Bro, I can see him now. They strap him to the chair, brainwash him.
Oh my god. Jonathan Smith was
Did
not a
nothing wrong.
lie. Yes, he read those words out of a hat. Yes, the words are legit, even though he showed them to no one else.
I thought he found a box in the woods
No,
filled with golden
literally-
tablets.
Okay, so literally what happened is that supposedly Jesus came down to this man and said, "Hey, I'm born in America. There's some golden plates out there that have my true scripture written on them.
Mm-hmm.
I want you to go out to this area,
and
find them, dig them up, and then write them down." So, and then what he did is he got one of his friends over, and he's like, "I got these gold plates. No one else can see them except me. Otherwise, they won't work. And I have these cool cedar stones, so I can translate them. And I'm gonna read them. And I'm gonna read them out of a hat. And you're gonna write this all down for me." And then the guy took it back home to his wife. Was like, "Dude, we just got like the new Book of Christ or some cool shit like that." And his wife, "Yeah, that's horseshit. Did you see the stones? No. Then how do you know it's real? Here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna hide these pages. You're gonna go back, tell them that we lost him and we need to rewrite it. If he writes down the same thing, then I'll believe you." He goes back. He's like, "Hey, we lost the pages." "Oh, well, you see, the plates were like a one-time use, so now we have to write it all down again. Hence the Book of Mormon was made." Tell me how that makes fucking sense.
Well, you know, a known con man is always the go-to whenever it comes to Christ coming back.
Hey, you know what they say? You want to be rich? Start a religion.
I mean, yeah, you got a
Yeah, look at Scientology.
Don't even
I'm going to
start
build
me
my
there.
own cult. That's a good idea.
No.
How did we get on this? Yeah, quit sidetracking.
I sidetracked that
Usually
one. I'm
I'm the one
sorry.
being blamed, not for bringing topics.
So this is a rather large. I think it's a 512 acre piece of land in Utah, and it's a farm.
Mm-hmm.
So like early 1900s, the people who lived there, they had some rather strange things happen.
Okay.
The area is not unfamiliar to UFO sightings,
Mm-hmm.
cattle mutilations, paranormal activity, and figures being seen. So the first family that lived there, they were cattle farmers, and they said that they were outside one day, and this is the one I think I told you, and they were outside and they see this dog walking across their fields, and they're like, okay, it's one of the neighbor's dogs or something, and it was rather large, and as it got closer, it kept getting bigger, which means it was a really, really big dog. Well, they said the dog came up to him, and the father of everyone there, he patted the dog on the head, and it didn't try and bite him or nothing. Well, he just ignored it, and it went over to where all the cows were penned up, because they weren't out in the field at the moment.
Wait, so this dog just grew in size as it approached them?
It looked big from a distance, but as it got closer, they realized how big it was.
Oh, so this was just a really big dog.
It was like, you're 6 foot.
Yeah.
Its head would be at like your top of your chest.
Are there dogs that can get that big?
Yes.
Literally, they took what they said and they went and looked through all the records. The only thing that matches what they talked about is a dire wolf.
Mm-hmm.
And they've been extinct for quite a while.
That's why I was wrong.
You were not there yet. Shut up. But so the dad pets the dog. Dog walks off.
Okay.
And it walks over to the cattle cage, and there's a calf in there, and it grabs the calf on the muzzle. Or is it the muzzle? I don't know what you would call that for a cow.
Just the snout or something.
The snout. Grabs it by the snout, starts trying to pull it through the cage, and they're like trying to beat it off of it, trying to get it to let go, and it won't. Well, they go inside and they grab a hunting rifle, and they come back outside and start shooting it. It doesn't even budge. Not at all. Doesn't even pay attention, doesn't flinch from what they said. So they go back inside and they grab like the 308 hunting rifle, which brings down like big game. Because, in Utah they have bears and stuff. So,
yeah.
So they bring that out and they start shooting it with that. And it let go, but it didn't like flinch or nothing. And then they said it just walked off. Well, son and father go to look for it. And they said it blew off like chunks of its flesh from whenever they were shooting it. Well, they leave to go track it down, and they're tracking it, and it's steady just going away. And they say this thing's huge, so it could have killed them if it wanted. And they get to a riverbank, and they're following its tracks, and they say down the riverbanks, the tracks they're gone. They just end. And it's not like it went into the water and they could see them on the other side of the bank. It was just gone. So it's like, in my mind, either got in the water and swam either upstream or downstream, which they probably would have seen because they were like right on its tail from what they said.
Yeah.
Well, they can't find it anymore. They come back and they look at the flesh that they had shot out of it, essentially, and they said it was rotten. Like discolored, rotten flesh that had it looked like it had been a piece of meat left outside for like 3 days.
Wouldn't look like that.
No, not if it was something alive and normal. So that's the first like freak accident, not even accident thing that's happened.
So
there.
essentially, they were attacked by a zombie wolf or something like that.
Something like that.
The thing I like to ask is, why don't we have video evidence of this?
Well, this was like 1910s.
Yeah, why don't they let anybody on the farm now?
Okay, so this family, they stayed there and they kept having things happen, right? The cattle mutilations would happen, and they thought it was like coyotes or something, because it's not unheard of. But they said they were mutilated to the point where it's like wild animals really wouldn't do this. But, whatever.
Like, were they actually eating the corpse, or were they just killing it for sport?
Like, they said the cow's ribs would be turned inside out, and just not what animals would do. They would eat it, and it was just gutted.
So this looked like they
just
massacred it and then, like, fucked with the corpse a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And, they thought people could be doing it, but they could never find anyone on their ranch that was doing it.
Mm-hmm.
Well, they were staying there, and the second thing that happened, I'm drawing a blank right now. The second thing that happened to them, I'll have to tell you later, that they end up dying, and these other people move on to the farm, and they died from natural causes. It's not like they died mystery wise or anything, but new family moves there, and it's like wife and husband. I don't think they had any kids. And they said, they had to lock themselves in the bathroom. And it was mostly the wife. She was like, look, I'd be in the house and I'd have to go to the bathroom. And she's like, the doors would just open. So she said one day she had to go to the bathroom and the doors would just swing open in their house for no reason. And they checked and their house was level.
Yeah.
So the doors just don't swing, and plus they're closed shut with the bolt. You'd have to turn the handles. And she said she locked the door. Well, she said the door swung open, like unlocked itself and swung open.
Casper the pervy ghost.
Casper the
it sounds
pervy
like
ghost.
this ghost is just peeping on the wife.
Well, stuff like that would happen, and that brings us towards modern day, where the cattle mutilations still persist.
To this day. To
this day, from what I have heard, because there's a lot of stuff that they don't share. They said they have videos and videos and videos, but they're like, we're not allowed to disclose it because the people there don't want people to. I don't know, maybe for personal reasons or whatnot. But, the original family that lived there.
Yeah.
Sorry to go back and forth, guys, but the original people who lived there, the ones that encountered the wolf, the really big dog, well, they were digging fence holes, so they could put up their fence for their cattle. Well, they said as they were digging, they would dig into the ground, and they said they hit something hard, and they were like, okay, it's a rock. It's not uncommon. Well, they said as soon as it hit the solid thing, they said they heard mechanical whirling from underneath the ground. And this is like 1910s. There was some mechanical stuff, but it wasn't. So
we're just now getting like
industrial.
I think the industrial age was around like the 20s and
so this was
they had industrial stuff.
They had what? It's where they make all the clothing and stuff.
Did they have like textile mills in Utah?
I think they had textile mills, but I don't think they knew. I think those were mostly on the East Coast.
I think you're right, because like New York.
I mean, they'd still know about what they were.
Yeah, they still know about it, but they had trains too.
Yeah.
So they would probably know what mechanical whirling sounds like.
Uh-huh.
Well, they said they were digging, and they hit something hard, and they heard mechanical whirling from under the ground and like pounding.
Uh-huh.
And so they stopped digging. And that till this day, if you dig on the property, weird stuff happens. It's like you anger something if you start digging on the property.
Why would you
do is go there with a fucking shovel and
Let's say, why would
fuck
you?
with it till it pisses it off enough.
So they just stopped and never confirmed what it actually was.
No, they just didn't know what to do. I mean, you're just a farmer. They weren't well educated, and this was
They were like
Yeah, but,
demons
like, I
on the
don't-
ground.
I don't believe that a farmer would just stop and do nothing.
Oh, he'd probably dig the hole somewhere else. That's what I would do.
I mean,
If I was there, but I'm an asshole and a dipshit.
I would do the fucking idiot horror movie thing and keep digging to find out what it was, but.
Oh, I would keep
Oh.
digging, knowing full and well it's a demon. Just be like, "Fuck you, asshole! I'm digging in your house."
He'd be like, hit the gong again. Scare him away. He's still digging.
It makes him dig faster. We have to pretend
I'm
we're not
getting
here.
Oh, they've gone silent. I know that trick.
Fuck you.
And the third story from the original family that was there, they had sons.
So this is all from the same family.
This is all from the same family. This is what they stated way back when.
Mm-hmm.
Well, they had all this firewood. I told you about
Yes.
this one. And they had all this firewood or spare branches or whatnot that they had piled and they needed to move it somewhere else. Well, the son and I think a few of his friends, or I think, yeah, son and few of his friends, if not the other sons, they were moving this wood pile.
Uh-huh.
And they moved it, like they said, like 100, 150 yards somewhere else. Oh, they spent all day doing it.
And it all went back.
Yes. They said they walked in the house to tell Dad it was
Hearing
done.
this the second time, I think these may have just been lazy bastards who
Might
did-
have been.
just jacked off all day, and then fucking they're like, "Oh shit, that pile of wood, Dad's gonna be pissed." He thinks those ghosts are real, doesn't he?
Oh no, you heard that shit earlier.
All right, just leave it there. We'll say that we moved it. Whenever he checks, we'll say, "Oh, that's bizarre."
It's like, that totally could be the thing that happened,
That's
right?
what I think happened there. That one's validity is
That one
lacking,
is,
in my
yeah.
opinion.
So there's nothing weird. The wood pile just moved back.
Literally, they spent all day moving it, and I'm pretty sure Dad saw him moving it or something, right? Because otherwise the same thing you just thought. People would discount it.
Yeah.
So there has to be a little more facts to it than what I know. But
Maybe.
But I'm just like, yeah, they spend all day
Trust me.
moving it. He walks in the house to tell parents that it's done, and they all walk outside, and it's moved right back to where it was.
Well, that sucks. But I think I'm with Matt on this one. I think these kids are just fucking lazy.
Oh yeah, probably. That's the most
That they- like,
logical thing about
Like,
it.
if that's the only thing that happened and there was, like, no weird figures or, like, they saw shit floating or something like
was
that,
the good part.
yeah, then these kids are lazy.
Oh yeah, and that brings us to modern day.
Modern day Skinwalker Ranch. So
Modern
people are
day
still
Skinwalker Ranch.
living there.
So this was Indian territory, and they have an ancient story about people who were shapeshifters. They shapeshift into animals or other people, and they called them skinwalkers because they walked around in other people's skin, almost like doppelgangers.
Uh-huh.
And this has been an ancient legend among the people, the natives who've lived there for a very long time. Well, they have stories of encountering beings that can turn into people, into wolves. And you're thinking like werewolves. They're like, no, they weren't like big and muscular like Hollywood. They said they turned into actual wolves. So that brings us to modern day. Modern day, it's owned by, I think, this one family or this one dude. I think it's a dude. He bought it because he had heard all the stories about it, and he went, "I want to find out."
That's what I would do.
Yeah.
He's like, "I want to find out."
I'm digging this whole land up.
Jeez.
Nash just gonna show up there with like a fucking bobcat and start digging holes.
So what he did was, there's I think it's barbed wire fence all around the property because people have a tendency to go onto the property because people know about it now.
Yeah.
Well, they have a security team that's there to keep people off of it, and in case anything happens, right?
Some asshole like me is gonna show up with a shovel.
And start digging. They'd be like, "No, stop!" And the trimmer worm comes out of the ground. Clump.
Why?
I'm digging through this wire.
So there's still people that live there?
Yeah, there are people that live there, and it's like the property is home to abandoned structures of past families who had lived there, and a bunch of stuff. I think
So how do you even like get on? Like, how do you even like own this property?
that he bought it.
Why would you? Whatever.
He bought it from the people.
The
who
mystery
were
of
selling
how to purchase property.
Well,
You purchase it.
Well, if all this weird shit keeps happening, and now there's guards, like, how do you continue to do that? Like, is it just?
I mean, it's still profitable to own a farm.
There weren't guards there until this dude bought it. He's paying for the guards to be there.
Okay, so how long has like this been famous, or?
Don't know the answer to that one. It's been famous for a while because it's been going on since the early 1900s.
Mm-hmm. All right, so what's the weird shit that's happening nowadays?
So weird shit is happening. There's still the cattle mutilation that happens.
Of course.
And you know they say if it's not cattle mutilation, they'll just have cows just drop dead for no reason. Then they'll go and check them medically, and there was nothing medically wrong with them. So,
well, start that heart rate back up and get him running again.
Clear.
Yeah, basically.
Ooh. I saw the light. I saw the light.
Why did you assholes bring me back?
We gotta kill you later, asshole.
You weren't fat enough. Come on, round 2.
It's when we stick the electrical rod up your ass and then just...
Oh, gee. I know he's faking. Get the rod.
Get the rod.
Oh, God, no.
Fuck
But,
them cows.
God.
So what this dude is, he purchased the property, right?
Yeah.
And he brings on all these people that are PhD scientists, and he's like, "Look, we're gonna give you a year or so to just study the area." Because he's like, you can bring compasses and stuff, and it fucks with compasses there. And you can bring, like, satellite phones, and those will get fucked with. So he's like, there's obviously some sort of phenomenon going on in the area. He's like, I want you guys to study it. Well, these are all people who are PhDs, they've written books, they have very good, like, reps. And there's no reason for them to really lie over this sort of thing, because normally this would trash their reputation by saying anything. Well, what they all said is there was one night, they have objects that just show up. And they say, though, they have, like, a little cliff area on the farm where it's raised, I think, into a plateau. Well, they say that certain areas of the farm will just be lit up by orbs of light. And they'll fly around and light up, like, areas of the farm and then just disappear. Well, security goes and checks it and there's nothing. And they're like, it can't be a helicopter. It was too small and it moved too quickly to be a helicopter. And they're like, maybe a drone, but no, probably not. And so they're like, okay, well, whatever. We'll just have to try and catch one on video. So they've put up all these video cameras. And they say normally the cameras get fucked with, but for some reason, some will shut off, some won't.
Yeah.
And you don't know if it's wildlife chewing through the cables or something. Or you never know. But they say that there was one night, there was this orange ball. And it just appeared, they said it was like, 8 foot off the ground. And it was just sitting there. And they all saw it in person. And they're sitting there. And they see the orange ball just sitting there. And they said it turned from a ball into a donut shape. So the inside became dark, and then it looked like a donut.
Yeah.
Or a ring. And they said the ring started to expand, and the hole in the center started to expand also, and they said there was other light coming from the center of it. Well, they said it expanded to about like 4 feet in diameter, and they said they saw this black figure crawling through what looked like a tunnel out of this orange ring, and they said once it touched the ground, it could crawl out of the hole. They said it was on all fours crawling out, and it crawled out and put his feet on the ground, and it stood basically as tall as what the hole was, and that's 8 foot off the ground.
Yeah.
They said they saw the black figure, and it just ran off into the darkness.
I would have chased that demon bitch so bad.
Get back here, you demon slut! I need to perform science.
Get him, boys!
Get him, boys!
Everyone gets in like
were...
they're getting your F-150, boys. We're gonna get that figure.
Go on your four-wheelers and get your snorkels.
Get that banjo playing, Lemon. We need some battle music.
Just dueling banjos. Squeal like a pig.
Squeal! Squeal!
Squeal!
So they say it got out of the hole and ran off into the darkness, and they're like, they all admitted to seeing it, and I'm like, all right, look, normally people, when they talk about this stuff, it trashes their reputation, especially in the science community. So I'm like, they're all well established with their reputation. They have no reason to do that, because I mean, they were getting paid to stay there
and disprove it basically.
And, you know, I'm just like, okay, so maybe they saw it. Maybe they didn't. They might be exaggerating. Who knows? But, there's stuff like that. They said, paranormal stuff happens. They said that they got cages for dogs, because apparently dogs pick up really hard to what goes on. They said they alert on stuff that normal people don't notice.
Right.
And that's common among a lot of things. Animals tend to respond a lot better to stuff that we have no idea what's going on.
Their senses are more heightened in that field than we are.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, they said that they started to make these enclosed areas with watchtowers for the security guards and the dogs, and they said they would keep the dogs in there. Well, they had latches that, you know, they can open the gates with and stuff. Well, they said, you know, they'd close the latch and they'd go, and they'd say they'd leave the dogs in there and no one would be in the tower because they'd be elsewhere doing patrol or something.
Mm-hmm.
And they say the latch would come undone and dogs would get out. And I'm like, okay, you know, dogs are relatively smart, as smart as, you know, dogs can be.
Yeah.
The latches are not the most advanced thing in the world. I've seen dumb dogs undo them just not for any reason.
Yep.
So I'm like, okay, maybe the dogs did. Well, they said, okay. They took a padlock and locked it. And I said, now they can't get out because we have the key. Well, they said that the dogs got out again and the padlock was unlocked on the ground.
Asshole ghosts.
Does say a lot. A lot of these stories are just them mildly inconveniencing people. So is the place haunted, or are the ghosts just like laughing at us?
So
like,
I don't even.
We moved your firewood back.
It's like a demon vacation spot.
Bro,
I saw you take a piss. Your door's open again.
they said they think it's...
Oops, dogs are out. Let the dogs out, am I right?
Who let the dogs out? Yeah, uh-huh.
Oh my god.
But, they say that one of the hypotheses, not from the scientists, but from other people who are hearing all this, they're like, they think it's some, like, trickster deity who like, inhabits the area or something.
No, to be honest, if I was any type of deity...
Yeah, that explains the orange donut demon.
Bro, they said that they have chased stuff into the dark that looked like people, the security team. They said they've chased what looks like people into the dark.
They obviously didn't chase good enough. You chase with warning shots or headshots.
No, you chase with headshots? What?
Listen, man, I got a confirmed demon or not, alright? Make certain.
If
Yeah,
you
then
are,
you shoot some stupid
if you are not
teenager.
confirming
Oh,
where
it's so sad. A trespasser died.
if you are not confirming where you are every single fucking 30 minutes, if I see someone out there, you're getting your fucking head blown off. I don't care if you're a demon or not.
Hey guys, I'm on the ledge. 31 minutes. Should have checked in. God. That'd be you.
Probably.
That'd be me up on the ledge. Going, what time is it? Oh, fuck. Shoom!
I'm here, sir. Are you sure? How do we confirm you're not a demon, bitch? Drink this holy water.
It's just salt water. Then you'll like it. Well, I guess, maybe.
All I'm saying is, I think they're not trying hard enough.
Maybe not.
Yeah, a lot of these sound...
It is a farm in the
I
middle of
would
nowhere.
have my four-wheeler hooked up to a NOS system. That thing would tear ass. Whoa!
You're not getting away from me, bitch.
I don't think that's how NOS works, Matt. I'm gonna be honest with you right
All
there.
it does is increase the firing rate of the pistons.
Yeah, but it's not something you can toggle.
Yeah.
Mm-mm.
You just
NOS goes
twist,
straight
twist,
into the gas
twist,
tank.
twist. Yeah, you twist.
It stays in the
Unscrew
gas tank.
nozzle.
Oh.
Well, it doesn't stay in the gas tank
Yes,
forever.
it does.
Once
Well,
you run
I'll
through
do
the
that.
NOS, you gotta plug more up, and then you twist to let the NOS in.
No, I don't think that's how it works.
Yes, it is.
Okay, Fast and Furious logic.
No, I just watched a video on it actually.
Oh, wow.
So I actually do have some good science up here.
There we go.
Okay, so according to Wikipedia, the one that knows all, right?
Yeah, sure. Now I'm really going to believe what you're about to say.
Hey, this is the most straightforward things besides what you had read earlier.
All right, fair point.
Because literally every other site is exactly how you read earlier. Because I went through a few sites going, I want bullet points.
Dimmer.
I was like, I just want bullet points
Down
of, like,
there in
events.
Pisgah.
Well, they said that there has been close to 100 incidents, including vanishing, mutilated cattle, sightings of unidentified flying objects or orbs,
Shoot it down.
large animals with piercing red eyes that they say were unscathed when struck by bullets, invisible objects emitting destructive magnetic fields. Among those involved were the U.S. Army Colonel John B. Alexander, who characterized the what? The NIDSCI efforts. Okay, their security force, I'm assuming, as an attempt to get hard data using the standard scientific approach. No, that was the research team that was there.
I think their main problem is they just haven't been using a big enough gun. A 50 BMG will even fuck up a demon. All right?
You never know unless they're ethereal.
I don't give a shit what they are. 50 BMG hits hard.
It's been confirmed that UFOs have been sighted and are believed to be exist. How come we never tried shooting one of them bitches down?
I don't know. I think we should just start shooting more shit.
See,
All right? Here's my grand solution. Use bigger bullets more often. All right? Rocket launchers are not wrong. All right?
no, but you have to.
They're also a lot slower than a bullet.
All right, you know what? You make a fair point.
No, RPGs
Railguns.
are. RPGs.
There we go.
Yeah, I can get behind that.
Boom!
Bro, it's not even.
Just fly off of this one, bitch.
It's not even boom. It's like thunk. That's literally, they just go thunk.
Well, it goes supersonic, so it still breaks the sound barrier.
Yeah.
And that still makes the sound.
No, I don't know what you're talking about.
Breaking it.
No, I don't know what you're
The
talking
whole breaking
I think we
thing,
should.
you know?
I think we should just go fucking Doom Guy on these goddamn aliens.
That's what I'm thinking.
You haven't had a pet rabbit that's been murdered. Danny's like, I know what animal I'm getting next.
My sister has a rabbit. If that one dies, can I get enraged on that?
Wouldn't it be her, though? It'd be Doom Gal. Isn't that what the feminists want?
Yeah, the feminists want a big.
I want to
ribbed-
burn that movie Conception to the ground. Just like
big,
I think that
roided out
already happened.
motherfucker, just wanting to crack open a demon's head.
Didn't they already make a Doom with a focused female character?
They modded one like that, and it wasn't even like a Doom gal. It was just Doom Guy shooting a bunch of strippers. That's about it.
I was like, if there's a Doom Gal She better have like triple D's. Okay, maybe just doubles. Maybe triples are too much.
I don't know if there is a female.
I want her to look like Samus.
There actually is a...
yeah, I guess that's fair.
There actually is a Doom-like game out there being made with a female protagonist.
Of course
Samus.
there are.
No, it's not Samus. It's an indie game. It's actually a really fun game, and the character's actually really cool. She's like some fucking alien bitch, and she just rips open people and destroys the shit out of them.
Did you guys ever play that game? Like, what is it called? Oh, it was like Alien, but you just go around murdering people and just wrecking shit. It was like
Aliens
a
versus
PS2
humans?
game.
Destroy All Humans.
Destroy All Humans.
Yes.
I
played-
love that game.
The second one was the best.
It was great. Oh, I missed that game. We need to get that game.
They
And a
remastered.
PS2.
They remastered the first game for Steam.
Ooh.
That's
They
like
bought
my
it.
childhood.
That and Spy Car.
Spy Car.
You just like running over people.
I did, but there was also the car turned into a boat and a motorcycle. Both the thing, all that I really want in this world.
Would you ever use the car function?
No.
Maybe if you wanted to like sleep or something, I don't know.
You'd sleep
Boat.
on the boat.
Boat. Even if you're on land.
That brings us to the boat story.
The boat start. Oh my god.
Yeah. So me and Danny and a close friend went on an adventure.
I haven't heard this yet.
So we went to what Palaca Springs or something.
It was somewhere on the St. John's, and it was an area where you could boat to two springs. There was one on the north side of it and one on the south side of it.
It was
Okay, what
really-
happened with the boat, though?
Well, we almost sunk it.
so we're coming out of the second spring, right? And you know the section we're on, they call it a lake because the river is really really slow in that area,
Mm-hmm.
and the wind had picked up
A lot.
a lot,
And the waves got big.
and you
And
know,
David's boat isn't necessarily the biggest boat.
what is it, 20 foot,
Fair.
24 foot, something like that.
Not that big. It can fit 3 people maximum, and even then we're shuffling a lot.
Oh, so like a 14-foot boat, or like maybe 18.
Yeah.
Something
around
like that,
time,
yeah. And literally, we get out onto the water, and I'm looking at the water going, oh, it's kind of rough. And I'm sitting on the padded seat. Yeah, I'm on the padded seat because Danny had gotten the padded seat all day long, which means his sorry ass, well, now
Literally.
it was on the hard, like, what, storage compartments area?
Yeah.
So we're going over these waves, and they're like, what? They went between 3 or 4 foot.
I would say they were around like 4 or 5 feet.
Somewhere
Somewhere
that- So like when it's like that, and you're in a small boat, you have to drive into the waves, or else water comes over the bow.
Yeah.
And literally, we're going from wave to wave, and it's smack, 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 and I'm seeing this man going, why? As the boat keeps slamming him repeatedly into his ass.
Just like, goodbye, tailbone, hello, hemorrhoids.
I may have had an experience on the boat where the boat was trying to give it to me up the ass, and it hurt.
Oh,
a
it
lot.
gave it to you up the ass. At one point, he goes, "Can we stop?" And David stops, and the water starts coming into the boat, and he's like, "No!" And he slams it forward back down because we weren't going
I
full
really
speed.
had to fucking pee while this was happening too, so that wasn't nice.
Yo. Oh, it was so funny.
It hurt
We-
so fucking bad.
We were getting there, and you know, David tried to save you a little bit
He did.
because
he
you
did
know,
try.
because we'd be going over like an especially big wave,
Mm-hmm.
and we were fixing to slam into another one that would have destroyed your ass.
He really would.
So he'd like kill the engine,
Sure, like half
and we
my
bleed
tailbone
speed, and then hit it softer than we would have, and then he'd crank it right back.
I'm pretty sure like half of my tailbone is now powder after that. Because this was like hard fucking fiberglass seat.
Oh yeah,
Dun,
it was not soft at all. I am so glad I picked the seat I did.
And then I sent a text message yesterday to the thing. What is it? Oh yeah. You ever been fucked by a boat while 2 of your closest friends sit and laugh at you as it gets more intense? That's what it feels like to drive a F-150.
The thing is, it's like, we felt bad, but it was so funny to watch.
Thanks, guys.
Because he's going, no.
Because it fucking hurt. And it lasted for like a solid 20 minutes.
It was 20 minutes. Bro, we were getting back to what? It's not a marina, but it's where the boat ramp was.
Yeah, where the ramp was. Just the dock.
And the waves aren't as bad as you get in because we're getting off the lake. Well, as we're coming in, there's a dude in front of us, and David's going, "Move! We're taking on water!"
Because right before we get in, another wave hits us. Whoosh!
Yeah, because you're supposed to go slow when you enter there. Well, he slows us down, and a whole bunch of water comes over the front of the boat, and we're like, no. And the thing is, this boat has a bilge. You know what a bilge is?
Yeah.
For people who don't know, it's a section of the boat. The boat's hollow, and it allows water to drain into the boat. And there's a pump that will pump water out of the boat. That way, there's no water where you're sitting, but it puts it underneath the boat and pumps it out. Well, he said he had the bilge going the entire time. It's like, he said the entire time, all 20 minutes, he had that bilge going. Well, we get back, and, we made it. We didn't sink. The dude let us past him in front of us.
We were very close.
We got the boat out of the water, and he said he had the bilge going even when we were parked. Well, he said it was just like spraying when we were parked. And then it went to like less of a spray, but it was still going.
And then it was still leaking when we put it up on the fucking trailer.
We put it on the trailer.
And as we're leaving, it's still going, so we just kind of left a fucking trail of water on our way out.
Bro, we opened the compartment where the battery was. The water had made it up all the way to like the bottom of the battery. I'm like, we were this close to not being able to use the motor anymore. But I was just like, he pulled the plug on it because there's a plug for the bilge to let all the water out. That way, we didn't have to run the pump. And it was just like sploosh, a bunch of water came out, and I'm like, oh my.
He's like, yeah, we probably took on about 30 to 40 gallons.
I think it's closer to like 50 or 60 gallons. I think we were
he called
this
his
close.
fucking girlfriend. He's like, oh, how was it? Oh, I almost sunk it. What?
It was great before then. Danny got his ass destroyed. Marcus almost killed himself from laughing.
She did not ask if I was okay.
No, she didn't. We brought that up. She went right over it.
Reminds me of my Boy Scout day.
What?
Back whenever I was a respectable little Boy Scout.
Oh yeah, respectable.
We had a sailboat class, and I got kicked out of that sailboat class.
You flipped the boat?
Oh well, so we had plugs. We didn't have the pumps, and so what I figured out is if you unplug it while you're in the water.
Yes,
you take on a lot of water.
Imagine that.
So what we would do is it was a 2-man sailboat, and we'd come tearing by somebody. I'd dive out of the boat, swim up, yank their plug out, and then swim back to the boat real quick. And we would just sink in boats.
Yep. I can imagine why you were kicked out.
They had to call in a tow truck 4 times.
You got Eagle Scout? What?
Yeah.
How?
I don't know.
Bro, I'd be like, you're a
Man,
menace.
you're such an asshole.
Oh, it was so funny though.
You're a menace.
Oh me. I got kicked out of that class on the second day.
It took you 2 days to get kicked
The
out.
first day they were like, "Oh, this is funny." And then they kept having to call the tow guy, and they were like, "All right, this isn't funny.
This is
anymore."
costing us money now. Oh man.
So
We
we
also-
left.
We found an abandoned ship out there too.
Oh my.
Sank that fucker too.
Why?
They didn't
It
tow
was
that
there.
one out.
No, it was just
Gone
abandoned.
now.
It was a little like old houseboat.
Oh
that
my
had just
God.
been left there. It was in the St. Johns River, so it was just like piled into a corner somewhere.
Did you at least like look inside before you sank it?
There was nothing there. It was like so grown over. We just broke a hole in the side of it and
So
now that's in
destruction
there.
of property. What else you want to confess? We're
Anything you
on
did
a
to
roll.
public
at
service.
one point I dealt drugs for a little while.
Oh yeah, okay.
Oh, man.
But well, one of my highlights from that day No, it wasn't Danny getting fucked by the boat. We were walking out of the first spring, and there was like some event or something going on. They were shooting t-shirt cannons off, and Danny wears glasses, and he wasn't wearing them because he was swimming. Well, they had all these girls in bikinis with fat butts. There was only one worthy of mention, honestly. And me and David are walking up, and David's looking at the dogs because he's in a relationship. He was doing a good job.
Yeah, he was definitely looking at the dogs.
He was definitely looking at the dogs.
Don't worry, Lauren. He was definitely looking at the dogs.
Never looked at anything else.
Yeah.
And
oh my God,
I was staring. I was like, nice. But I see a whole lot better than Danny does. And we were both staring at him, and we could see when he got into visual range because his eyes dilated and got the size of dinner plates, and he got that stupid look on his face.
They were hot.
I would have been with the dogs too.
Oh, man. And we're walking back to the boat. Me and David just turn around and look at him. He's like, "Stop it, guys!" We just smile and we didn't say
Stop looking at me.
Stop looking at me.
I get myself in a deep enough water anyways with her. I don't need any help.
No, you really don't.
Yeah.
Which brings us on to the topic.
Oh.
Oh God.
Relationships. What is our opinion?
Whoop-de-fucking-do.
Can't stand him. Never been in one.
What? Liar. Throw you out of the room right now. Fucking get out of here. Jeez.
Says the only one in a relationship here.
So Matt, this is your segment. What do you want to cover?
Listen, guys. Women. Can't stand them. Can't live with them. What should we do?
Yeah, uh-huh.
You held that straight face for a while.
Is that what we're gonna lead with?
No.
So should I contact Bree or just? Oh no! Don't!
Oh no!
Don't!
Oh no!
No! Don't!
We made an agreement.
We made an agreement.
No women on the podcast.
Oh God! Now we're misogynistic. Huh?
I mean, it's not a misogyny
This
thing.
is
It's
bro
more of
time,
like,
okay?
Bro time.
This is when the guys get together. We just talk about stupid shit. All right.
We couldn't have a woman on the podcast.
If we had a woman on this
God.
podcast, it's not that we're against it. It's just we think it would be a very, very unfun time for.
Yeah.
Bro, I'd be staring at her the whole time, wondering if I'm fixing to say something not right.
Yeah, that's. I'm sorry. Did I offend you?
Oh, I'm sorry. You look like you're angry.
We would break Lauren.
I don't want to be here anymore.
Dude, you say the R word once. And
I say
she'd
it
already
at least
be pissed.
every episode.
At least once every episode.
And I forget to bleep some of them.
That explains why we've been shadow banned to the nether realms.
Oh, for our 6 videos and 7 subscribers. Yeah, that's exactly why we've been fucking shadow banned. Oh, we are definitely fucking noticed on this hellhole of a platform.
Quiet you. The YouTube overlords are amazing. Wonderful people.
Susan, go fuck yourself.
I can't love you enough, Susan. I think you're doing great things for the company. Please boost us.
If not, just sponsor the video.
Actually, don't boost us. I still need a job.
All we gotta do is just get Casey Neistat on here. He's YouTube's little golden boy. We get him on one episode, boom, we're in.
We gotta get PewDiePie. Then we'll be really
They
shadow
fucking
banned.
hate PewDiePie.
Yeah.
What are you talking about?
We'll really be shadow banned at that point.
Yeah. Doesn't he just do Twitch now?
Does he?
No, he does YouTube videos.
Well, he puts out a video a day.
Yeah.
Oh, he does?
He streams a lot more, though.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah.
He got over the incident.
Oh, was it Indian people?
No, with PUBG.
PUBG, whenever you said...
Is that the N-word?
Yeah.
All right, you're gonna have to bleep a lot out here.
No. No.
I mean, as long as you don't say the actual word, it's fine.
Hey, he was playing PUBG. He couldn't hit a guy, and he was like, "Oh,
so you know Jalen, right?
Oh my
Yes.
God!
Back when that sub thing was going
Matt,
on.
I was in the room when you said it.
One of my good friends, Jalen, if you can't tell by his name, he's African American. I don't know if that's the right term anymore. Fuck him. I don't give a shit.
Matt was trying to be nice, and then you people made it harder, so he's like, fuck y'all.
You know what? You want me to care so much, but I don't have enough care in me. There's not enough to go around. Right?
Anyway.
So,
you sure you want to tell the story?
Yeah, absolutely.
Why?
Because it's funny. PewDiePie is going through his big old fight with T-Series or whatever. I was riding the train a little bit. I thought it was funny.
Funny.
I'm talking to Jalen, and I was like, "Hey, by the way, you subbed to PewDiePie?" And he's like, "No, man. You said the N-word on stream. And I was like, well, dude, just quit being a fucking N-word. Sub to PewDiePie, you dipshit.
Oh, man.
And he was like, what the fuck, man?
Oh, yeah. I was sitting in the room and I just looked over. I was like,
Just like, man, how do you have black friends?
because you're straightforward.
Yeah.
One night we were watching some anime, and the Japanese just really don't do black people justice. They're rough with them, I'm telling you what.
Oh,
Like,
yeah, they
and
are.
I'm looking at this botched fucking black character. Like, it looks like the most racist shit I've ever seen.
Stereotype.
Like, stereotype to the extreme. And I take a screenshot of it and send it off to Jalen, and I'm just like, black people, am I right, man? And she was just like, what the fuck?
It was probably 2 a.m. Not gonna lie.
Jalen was up, though. I mean...
Jalen wakes up at like 2 p.m.
Bro, the first time I fucking...
He thought it was fucking funny.
Yeah, he did. At first, he was just like, why?
From like the 2 times I met Jalen, I gotta say he's pretty fucking funny.
I love Jalen. Jalen's like one of my favorite people to hang out with.
Oh, man. All right, enough of your stories about nonsense.
I'm sorry about
Why are
that.
you breathing all your vape smoke on my fucking clothes?
It's a free steamer.
There's a goddamn clothing rack like 5 feet away from in our very professional studio. That is my bedroom.
It really muffles the background noise.
Oh my god.
Okay,
Alright.
so what's everybody's...
Viewpoint on being in a relationship. How do you like it? What's your thoughts?
Well,
I'll let
They
Danny
all
go
s-
first.
they all started off really nice and then ended terribly.
Reason they ended, but yes.
Yeah, like holy shit. At this point, I gotta consider like, is it just like my natural ability to just like grow apart from someone and like shit hits the fan, or is it just the people I'm with?
That's one thing Bree's terrified of would be.
What?
She
You
was like-
growing apart?
She said, "Why did you normally break up with people? I normally got bored of them."
That's the thing, I didn't get bored of them.
You said that to
and
her?
she was like, "Oh, are you bored of me?" I'm like,
I'm
"No,
getting there.
not at all."
Not yet.
Not yet. Jeez.
And she's like, "Are you bored of me yet? Are you bored of me yet? Are you bored of me yet?" I'm like, "No,
Bored of you asking this question?
I am bored of you asking me this question. Stop it."
I don't think it has anything to really do with you, Danny. It's literally
You choose poor women.
Oh,
that too. Yeah. Okay. So that's on you.
well,
But
you didn't know the one before the last. David
well,
did.
Sounds like you chose a poor one before that too.
Yeah.
oh, that was the abusive one.
Yeah, sounds like you just suck at picking them. Get better.
Wow, how did I think of that?
Yeah.
I have an addiction. Stop it. Have you ever-
Oh.
Oh, I never thought about it like that.
Be the best AA member ever.
All right, guys. See this? This is a beer bottle. Fill with beer, as you can see.
I'm just gonna throw it out the wall. You don't need that.
There you go.
Just
Stop. Look at it. Don't pick it up.
Don't even look at it. You're looking at it.
When you go to the
failed.
grocery
Here.
store, they already isolated all the beer out of your way from where all the food
Well,
is.
I think the first question I ask
They
is,
have the chips down there.
I'd get in there and I'd say, all right, raise your hands, everybody. Who wants to quit drinking? And then if anybody didn't raise their hand, I'd be like, all right, get the
You
fuck
can
out.
leave.
Go grab yourself some liquor. All right.
You're not there yet.
You're not there yet. All right, the rest of you, stop.
Meeting adjourned. We'll be here next week. Everybody comes in. All right. How'd we do?
Did we stop? Yes? All right. Congratulations. You can
Are
go
you
home.
fucking lying to me?
I don't give a shit if you are. That means you didn't want to stop. All right? Go home. Get yourself a fifth. All right?
You're terrible.
They come back the week after that. You're like, there's less people than before. You guys must be the ones who truly
You are
want
the
to quit."
elite.
He's like, so tell me, did you stop? No? All right, here. I'll give you a tip. Don't pick it up.
There we go.
Stop.
And once again, we've gotten off topic.
So
What's your opinion, Marcus?
my opinion on the dating scene
Yeah.
currently?
No, the dating scene and a relationship, I feel like, are two
Oh,
different
okay,
things.
so
You've
my
been in a
opinion-
relationship, kinda. That weird thing with that was fucking.
No, God, that was terrible.
Yeah.
Fuck.
Yeah.
We don't have to talk about that one.
Oh, but we
Talk
can.
about it.
No, that was awful.
Her name is.
No, you
Stop.
Yeah.
God
Yeah.
damn it.
No
Don't worry.
last names.
Don't worry, person mentioned, your name has been bleeped.
But yeah, I could talk about that. I could share that wonderful experience.
I had to watch it. It was terrible.
I got to watch it firsthand. I lived with him.
She only came over like twice.
Yeah,
I saw
and
them
she got
do-
to try and
I
play.
saw that
She
fuck-
always wanted to play psychiatrist all the time, and she sucked dick at it. I mean, she was fucking horrible. She would like make the most obvious observations. Well, obviously, you have an addictive personality. No shit, asshole. I drink too much and I smoke. You fucking dipshit. Fuck you.
What the
cunt.
fuck gave it away?
Yeah. I
Opens
keep
closet.
crawling back to just terrible women all the time. No shit.
So anyway, I was talking / relationship.
It was more or less
It
a
was
relationship.
more or less. Pretty much,
It
I
was
guess.
almost there.
It was basically
Without
there.
the diddling.
Except you know what she told me? She told me there was another dude.
Oh, yeah, not a relationship.
Not a relationship.
Not a relationship.
So I
Friend zone.
was not like she didn't tell me that to
Not
leave
even friends,
me.
though, boy. He's like a
'Cause-
fucking backup plan.
Because how it ended was I was like, look, I'm tired of this. I don't want to do this anymore.
You have exhausted.
I literally said this. I'm like, I've lost interest, and she went, "That's rude." And I'm like, well, that's how I feel. Can't change it, but
You could either have 2 words that get straight to the point or a fucking paragraph that you have to decipher.
straight to the point.
The time I got cheated on, I was very straight to the point. I called
I
her.
guess we're
I
done.
said, no, I called her. I said, hey, you have any STDs or AIDS or anything like that? She said, what? No. And I said, oh, okay. By the way, we're breaking up now.
That was fucked.
Yeah, that was
that was fucked.
Wait, did you, like, witness that?
Yeah.
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 tough one.
Yeah. I witnessed that whole thing. No, I was not the one who did all the cheating. God, Matt would have murdered me. Because he wanted to murder the other dude.
I like murdering people.
If you were the one that were doing the cheating, why would you even fucking be here?
Because I'm a wonderful individual. Matt forgives everyone.
I do forgive. I don't forget.
That's why I didn't do it.
When you told me, she messaged you out of nowhere and was like, by the way, I'm praying for you. And I was
that
just
was
like,
after the fact.
I
Yeah.
was just like, bro, I would have told her, keep your fucking prayers away from me, you dumb bitch. I don't want you communicating nothing to him, all right? You are the worst representative.
Yeah, we were sitting in the car, and this was
I'd rather have Matt pray for me.
God, yeah. That would. I don't know how.
Hey, fucker.
Yes,
I'm
that's-
pissed off again, but my good buddy Marcus, who respects you a lot, he's needing some help. But fuck you, by the way. You done a shit job down here. You're kind of a dick.
And that's how Matt prays.
That is how I pray very often, actually.
Traffic, mostly.
In traffic, at home, just in general. It's never like, it's more like I'm talking to my asshole dad. Like, my dad is amazing. God is the asshole one.
Jeez.
Oh, boy.
What? We can't agree. Alright, so let me put it this way. Alright,
Alright, here we go.
alright.
What, did you put down the drink?
You have a
Oh my
small
God! He
swallow.
put,
It's
down,
getting
he put
serious.
down the addiction just to pick it back up later. Huh?
Listen, guys. All I'm saying is, if somebody, say I have a kid,
Alright?
I'm not gonna put
I
a
wouldn't be
ball of
surprised.
Coke next to him and be like, by the way, don't do that. It's very good and very cool looking, but don't do that. That's the one rule. Because that's a dick move. Just give someone something and say, no, don't touch it. That's what God did. It was just like, I'm going to make all this stuff, but there's this one thing. It's really cool looking. Don't fucking touch it. Okay?
Oh,
Or
the
else
tree.
I'm going
Yes, Danny.
to kick you all out.
How long did it take you to get there?
And then you got,
I was just thinking of the South Park episode when he brought up the ball crack.
I'm just,
Jeez.
every time I'm thinking I'm like, the devil had a point. He's like, this thing's gonna make you like, you gotta know everything. And
First off,
he
who
wasn't
let that
fucking wrong.
Who wasn't watching the door to let that asshole in?
I mean,
Like, did you ever
true.
think about that?
yeah.
How the fuck did he get up there to tempt her? Like, you think if he
Fucking-
wanted him to stay isolated and away from his shit, he would find a way to make him not able to get.
And how
there.
many?
He hadn't thrown him out of heaven yet.
There's only 2 fucking people, right? All right.
When was he thrown out?
There's
He
a
was
bunch
thrown
of
out after
fucking
the
people who could be guardian angels. How many fucking guardian angels?
There's 3.
Yeah. So
There's
3.
one above the throne and 2 on the right and left.
Those are the big angels.
Yeah, he was one of them.
All I'm saying is, like, you know, they could have been watching. They could have spectated. They could have been like, hey, that's a bad fucking idea. God's going to give you all the boot. Not because you guys are fucking wrong. I mean, for some odd reason, he gave you a great sense of curiosity and then decided to tell you not to do something like an asshole. But, you know, I make good points.
And he's like, oh, but
Maybe
you
we're
do
just
not
one
understand.
big social experiment.
That's what I'm thinking. It's just, I'm thinking God was bored. And he's like, this is so boring if everybody's a goody two-shoes. Let's make some assholes in here. And so he did that. Ta-da.
Ta-da.
Now we have movies.
But so is it my opinion on what I want in a relationship, or just my opinion on them now?
What's your opinion on them now?
On them now after dealing with bunches of garbage?
It's really hard to say what you would think about a relationship now after coming out of either a really shitty experience or a really shitty relationship. Because on one hand, it's like, yeah, you crave the desire to like have a companion and feel love. But on the other end, it's just like, I had to go through all that bullshit multiple times now. What's the point of trying to go through it again?
Mm-hmm.
Like, you know what I mean?
Honestly, my opinion is the effort put in is not worth what you get out of it right now.
True. You gotta be a better vetter nowadays.
But here's the thing: the hardest concept, at least from my experience, is that there's always one person, and I've seen multiple examples where sometimes it's the woman, sometimes it's a guy, or if it's a fucking gay relationship, one of the partners is not giving their all.
Yeah.
And that's when shit hits the fan.
And that's when you go, we're done.
Yeah.
Well, here's the thing: you don't realize how bad it gets until it gets to that point.
And that's why you have
Because
friends.
because it slowly builds.
Yeah, that's true.
And plus, yeah, you say that you had friends. I didn't see any of you guys coming up to me. It's like, hey, fucking leave that bitch.
No, but that's because we respect you.
Exactly.
Yeah,
I'm not going to go
our
up
business.
to
And
that one guy that we know who has a rather overbearing girlfriend and be like, yo, dip that bitch. Get her out of here. I mean...
That's the thing. That's how my the last relationship ended. I was in the car with one of my close friends, and she was like, hey, she's a fucking leave her.
Oh, you gotta bleep that word.
Yeah, I will. But that's how the abusive one ended.
I say we detoxify that word. How about we start using it in more, friendlier, like a cunt muffin? How about that?
All right, I'll leave that one
That's
out.
what-
That one gets the pass. It's got muffin at the end.
Yeah.
How could it be bad?
That's like whenever I name myself Communist Cupcake on...
Jesus.
It's got the alliteration, man.
Wait, does it have sprinkles?
I don't know. Not in Communist Russia.
You don't
Okay,
get
it has a sprinkle.
everyone gets one sprinkle out of the jar.
It has one sprinkle.
Yeah.
But
yeah, the opinion right now, it's not very high on my priority list. So, and also, I've had ample opportunities to settle down with someone, but it's either been not a good situation I could have settled into, because there was the one female who had the child already, and she was infatuated with me. And I definitely could have made that happen, but I'm like, look, I'm not trying to do that right now. Because I got cousins who got 3 or 4 kids, and they can't make ends meet, and I'm not trying to do that.
and you're not employed currently.
That
so
too.
definitely
I was
not.
also in school at the time.
Yeah.
So I was like, I get paid to go to school, but it is not enough to
Take care of a baby.
take care of a kid.
Well,
So
I mean, I can completely see where your reasoning is, and I agree with it. But also, we also don't know if she was just looking for someone to take care of her kid. Because there's a lot of women that have kids that get in relationships. Like, I don't expect him to take care of my kid.
Well, yeah,
That's
that's
not
true.
fair to him.
that's
But
what
at
she
the
said
same
at the
time,
end.
Yeah.
it's like, I think it's going to happen eventually.
Mhm.
Because
Well, yeah, if it
Marcus
goes,
is a decent
if it
guy.
go- yeah, if it
and
goes
he's gonna
anywhere,
be like-
of course, you might bond to the child, and
And then what happens if you break up? Now you got to break little Timmy's heart. Being like,
I'll
listen,
never see you again.
I'll never see you again. I'm sorry, buddy.
Yep.
I know you love me, but
Jeez.
I just,
Yeah.
Here,
me and your mom don't love each other anymore.
Will you stop crying if you take this Optimus Prime toy?
Yeah.
I'm gonna go get milk.
No. We're gonna go get some cigarettes, even though I'm
Sorry,
asthmatic.
guys, I gotta get a pack of cigarettes and a.
I'm getting Matt some cigarettes.
I'm getting Matt some cigarettes.
But yeah, that's my opinion. You know, it's not like I have a negative outlook on dating people, but in today's like dating scene, nah, there's so many double standards and.
I completely agree with that.
I mean, I've been on Tinder for a long time. More of an expert on it. But
Write a thesis.
I mean, I'm gonna be honest, it's not hard to fuck on that thing. It is hard to get into any type of relationship.
Because they're not looking for it on
Because
there.
I can fuck as much as I want on there. It's not like it's bad pickings. It's just like tired of fucking. I know, odd, right? Crazy talk.
Oh my god.
A guy tired of
And
fucking.
he's going, I'm a little envious, not gonna lie.
No, I got over that. That was just because I was sad and wanted to fill in the gap.
I'll tell you what.
Yeah.
Jacking off, same thing to me. Jacking off, fucking somebody, doesn't make a lick of difference. I'm just like, I have my brain feels happy now, and I can think better. Okay, congratulations, you've post-nut clarity to yourself.
Post-nut clarity.
I mean, I don't know. Don't get me wrong, sex is fun, but it also so is jerking off. It's just so sex isn't really the reason you get into a relationship.
Well, no.
But
No, anything. They did a study on that. They were like every relationship that starts with sex being like its bottom foundation always falls apart.
Yeah.
They say it's the worst way to start any kind of relationship because they're like, look, your foundation is fun time, and fun time isn't always going to be available, and as you age, fun time changes because y'all change.
Mhm.
exactly, and I mean, like I'm dating somebody right now. And the first thing I was like, I mean, it wasn't even like I had to notify her of it. I just let her drive the speed of the relationship. I was just like, I don't give a shit. I was just like, whenever she wanted to kiss the first time, that's fine. Whenever she wanted to have sex the first time, okay. It doesn't matter to me. I'm not really like, I'm good at all those things. So it's not like I'm pressuring her into it. I've had it before. It's not some extreme thing that I need to knock off my list for the first time.
First encounter.
Yeah, I'm just like, I think that's made it a little bit healthier of a relationship than like whenever I'm trying to egg my first girlfriend. I was constantly trying to egg her into sex. I was like, gotta figure this
Well,
out.
yeah, you're a horny old teenager.
Yeah, exactly.
I was the same way in both of them.
That wasn't a good
That was-
relationship.
That was a flaw on my part. I'll be honest. Kind of a. Yeah.
And she made
Well, the second
like,
one was more
You're a
accepting.
dude.
Yeah.
she also
We all
like,
have needs.
but that's how it created my like standard for what I want in women too. Was my first girlfriend. She was a little edgelord and
No,
fucking
Lord. Oh.
weirdo, liked edgy stuff. It was just like she was a little emo.
From
And-
what I've seen of Bree, she is none of those things.
No, she is not.
I am so happy she's not.
Yeah,
You have no idea
she's
how
like a
overjoyed I am. She is not like that, and I don't even know her.
super nice person.
I saw one photo and went, passes.
Marcus approves.
Marcus approved. From what I've heard of her on the phone, passes.
Yeah,
She
so, I
seems
mean,
cool.
but that was one I had pretty
Kicked
much
his
given
ass.
up.
Kicked his ass.
Yeah.
Yeah, listen, all right. It was rolling, which is like you
It was wrestling.
basically wrestling.
Don't try and play it down.
That's what it's called. It's
Oh,
called
really?
rolling. Yeah, I don't know why. I understand why.
Rolling in
because
the
we
deep?
roll a lot, but I suck at it. Because she's like a little fucking spider monkey.
Yeah?
And latches on, just won't let go.
She's been
and then all
doing
of a
it
sudden,
way longer
yeah,
than you.
way longer than me. Because I've been doing it once.
Once. Kicked my ass.
And I'm just like, all right, you better square up, bitch. I'm gonna knock your ass out. What if it was like an actual fight and we squared off? Knock her once in the jaw, she's done for. But at the same time, this is a martial art where you start on the ground, and guess what?
Isn't that
It's jujitsu.
jiu-jitsu, but it's the Brazilian
It's
jiu-jitsu.
Brazilian jiu-jitsu. And yeah, I fucking suck at it because I can't swing on you. Because
See-
that's what I know. Here's my fighting style. It's an advanced form of Krav Maga. It's called pick some shit up and hit somebody with it as hard as you can.
That's the Monster Hunter memo.
Yeah.
there you go.
I'm gonna take this sword and whack it till it dies.
How are we gonna beat him? What if we hit him really fucking
Fucking
hard?
Pretty much my standard on fighting. It's how I have forever.
And what if that doesn't work? We hit him again.
Hit him again, even harder.
And whenever there's rules involved, I'm like, I don't know what the fuck to do. There's never rules out there in the streets. Whenever I was 15 getting in a tussle, we grabbed the fucking log and knocked somebody over the skull with it. Fuck that kid. I don't give a shit back then. I mean, what? Nowadays, if I get in an altercation, all I have to do is talk my way out of it. You know why? Because I'm a better fucking talker than the most people.
Then he goes, than the most people.
Than the most people. Yeah, I'm
He
stuttering.
never said he was good at grammar.
Yeah, but like I was at a bar with a couple of female friends, and this guy walks in and he's like, "Hey," and he starts talking up one of them, and she was like fresh out of a relationship, didn't want anything to do with this guy, and she looks at me and she's like,
Help me.
I'm like, oh, okay, all right. And I just grabbed the dude by the shoulder. I'm like, hey, there with me. Could you fuck off? And he's like, oh, I'm so sorry, man. And then he walks away. And then he comes back like 10 minutes later, looks at me, and he's like, hey, can I get in there? And I was like, fucking no. What? We just had this conversation.
What did you not understand about fuck off?
And he's like, oh, okay, I'm sorry. And I'm like, what? What type of intimidation factor do I have? I'm all of like $1.45.
Nah, you're blunt, Matt.
I'm blunt. I look at people with death in my eyes, and that's pretty much my one perk. I can look people dead in the eyes with no soul and just be like, hey, fuck off or I'll stab you in your sleep.
Here I am with my baby face and my shaggy blonde hair.
Yeah.
You getting there? You've lost a bunch of weight.
I have.
Yeah. I still wouldn't be threatened by you even if you were like jacked as shit.
I wouldn't be either.
Because you'd just be like, hey. You'd be like,
I've seen you throw
Nah.
a punch. That's why I wouldn't be intimidated.
Wait. Me?
Yes, you!
Oh my god.
Bro, you look like a Girl Scout.
Marcus has
Okay.
never seen me throw a punch. I also look
I've
like a
seen
Girl
you.
Scout.
I've seen you
like
throw
a
a punch.
little toddler.
No.
Basically little baby fists flying
No.
around. I'm pathetic.
I need to teach you how to punch. I literally got my binder of like white belt through black belt of everything I've done, and
Well, of course, the guy that fucking studied martial arts is going to critique our punches. Okay, he's still
Bro.
going to fucking hurt,
Bro.
asshole.
that lip ass wrist. What the fuck was that?
Well, what would you judge my punches? Like, a scale of 1 to 10.
I mean, you don't rotate enough.
Yeah. Well, that's because I got shit hips.
It's more you rotate in your middle section.
Yeah. Oh, okay. So like a 5 or a 3.
It's like 6 because you can still get the power there, and you bring it back after the fact. But
I'm just...
it's okay, Danny. We will teach you how to punch correctly.
Don't worry, Danny. I'll take you in the backyard. We'll get some hits in.
When's Fight Club?
Hey, dude, I want Fight Club so bad. All right, you'd be down. You'd at least spectate.
I would at least spectate.
You'd drag us off each other once it started getting too much.
So Marcus is the ref.
I'll get Alan in here.
Why on earth would I be standing in the damn ring?
No, you're just like off to the side.
All you gotta do is be like, hey,
Cut that shit out.
no more nut punches. Asshole.
Okay, I'd be wearing the striped shirt.
4 was enough.
It's like, all right, Matt wins, the other guy loses, Matt get off of him. Matt would be like, ah! I'd be like, walk over there. And
That is not
peel
how
him
I
off.
fight. I fight so calm, cool, and collected. It's almost sociopathic.
I'm going to hurt you.
Part of it's like, I've never been in like an actual fight
Pain is
before.
irrelevant.
I've never been in an actual fight before. Of course, I've like roughhoused with my friends, sure, but I've never been
Oh,
like...
that's not trying to hurt
Yeah.
each other.
Exactly.
You just gotta get your shit rocked once, and then you know kind of what it's about. Honestly, that's the biggest teaching thing you could get, is just getting your shit rocked once. Let me punch you once in the face, and you will be so much better at fighting.
Yeah.
Because just you'll know what to expect. You're like,
Bro.
brain is now bouncing.
Bro, when I was in Taekwondo, my master, he really bad wanted me to compete. Because back then I had really fast hands and I could kick fast. He's like, you would be awesome. And I'm like, but I don't want to. I don't like fighting. And he's like, okay, we're going to break that. And he's like, you, come over here. And he got one of the dads who's like 250, like 6'5". I'm over here like 5'8" at the time. He's like, you're sparring him. Bro, this man kicked me upside the head and boom on the floor. And I'm like, and I got up and he was like, wow, he's actually getting back up. And they kicked me in the chest. And I didn't fall over. And he went, very nice. And I'm like, I don't want to fight you anymore. Because I was even more of a stick than I am now. I was like $110, maybe, wet. Oh, this is abuse in some kind of form.
So he just called some grown adult.
Yes.
Kick a kid in the head.
Well, we were
Oh, wow,
sparring.
he's getting up.
God. That's the thing. You couldn't kick them when they were down, but if you got kicked to the floor, you got kicked to the floor.
Yeah.
And you know, it's like he had so much more weight than me. It was featherweight versus ultra heavyweight. Man could have just body slammed me and I'd be like, I tap out.
Did you at least hit him back?
Yeah, and it did nothing. It was literally because you know we're wearing pads, but it still doesn't stop my brain from going. Dun, 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 dun.
Oh, man.
Yeah, it's an experience.
Oh,
I think it's a great one.
I've already asked Matt. It was like, hey Matt, can we fight? Yeah, sure.
We really just need somebody to make sure that nothing goes wrong.
Just I have pads.
Yeah, that's what we need.
You just want to wear my pads?
Sure.
I mean,
Does he get some?
no.
Well, I mean,
I'll only one
I'd
set.
wrap up my wrists. That would be about it.
I mean, you can't punch him in the face.
Oh god, we're
You don't
getting
have
up.
face?
I mean, we
Wait,
have
are
a
we
face
there?
mask.
We're like
but-
at an hour 20.
Oh.
Shit.
we're just going.
Any final comments?
When is work?
8:30.
7:51. I heard a quote, I don't know if it was a quote, but it was some advice that someone was giving on like one of the videos I was watching. It was like, a man will go out of his way to make his own peace and then wait for somebody to come and join him and make the peace even stronger. So basically for like the last 3 months or so, I've just been trying to make my own peace.
Yeah,
not
work
that
on
long.
yourself.
Well, I have. I've lost 24 pounds now.
You are on the road.
Less depressed.
Oh, please! The more weight you lose, the better you'll feel because
I'm
you'll
sleeping
like the way
hell.
you look.
I'm sleeping hell of a lot better.
That's
I was
good.
freaked out the last time before I went and weighed myself. Because I look...
Oh yeah, you thought
yeah.
you were gaining weight or something.
I was like, oh my god, I'm looking wider than I did before. I'm gaining all that weight back. And then I'm 5 pounds down.
What?
What the fuck? Oh. Muscles.
Muscles!
I forgot those were there.
Those things happen.
Who would have thought?
But yeah, I think we're gonna end it there, guys.
Lovely talking to y'all. Fuck off and die.
Yep, bye.
All right, turn it off.
Yeah.